Amy Johnson of DJ Realty Solutions. Welcome to another edition of Wine Wednesday. If you're watching on Facebook, you know it puts me off for the first 2 minutes and then it puts me back on. So if you're watching from LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, I think I'm everywhere. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a special guest tonight. I'm not going to spell the name out because she already got me about, damn, you better not spell my name wrong. It's Kiley Woodland. I got it right? Yes? She's looking. I got it right. I met Kiley through D-Rock. Those who don't know who D-Rock is, because sometimes I know when I'm talking about Gary, you're like, Damon, who the hell is that? Not who the hell is Gary, but who the hell is D-Rock? D-Rock is the executive creative director for Gary VaynerMedia as well. And he does like a find your tribe type of thing once a week, like a networking kind of thing. And Kiley and I gravitated towards each other. And I was like, yeah, this will be cool. And thank you for letting me reschedule, because when I originally was supposed to have you on, Trip was out of town. Trip is my videographer, everybody knows. And I didn't want that edition to be homemade. I wanted, when I have a guest on, I wanted it to be all the bells and whistles. So I said, can you do it on the 28th? And you graciously agreed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And you are in Boulder. So is it the same? No, what time is it there?
It's about 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So great. I was like, I think they're behind us. So thank you for adjusting the time, because it's, 6:03 here. And tonight, listeners and viewers, I'm being sponsored by Office Evolution. Office Evolution is a home of the Work When You Want to Work platform. It's located at 801 West Big Beaver Road in Troy, Michigan. It's where my office, Damon Inc., is located, and also where I do my podcast. If you want any further information about I can't talk, y'all, about Office Evolution, be sure to give me a call or a text at 248-818-8538. I love it. I'm sure you will also. And Seagram's doesn't sponsor me, but y'all know I can't really drink like I used to. So I did just a little small can of Seagram's Peach Bellini. Kiley, I should have sent you something to get you raring to go. She's like, David, I don't drink. Do you drink?
Oh, me?
No, the other Kiley.
For some reason, I thought you were talking to somebody else for a second there.
No.
Before this, maybe casually a little bit, but since my life has taken a turn, no. But I do have a drink here, so I can join you.
Listen, because some Wednesdays when I do Wine Wednesday, I can't drink because I got to work like right after, and I'm not a good tipsy worker. So I'll tell my audience, I'll be like, listen, y'all know the show is called Wine Wednesday, but I can't drink tonight because I got clients, and I have to produce social media content, so I can't. You don't want me to produce content for you drunk, so I can't.
You're whining instead of drinking wine.
Yes, listen, it could be called Vent Wednesday. Like, you can make it, y'all. We got 2 more days. We can all do this. So for those who don't know, Kiley is a very accomplished singer and musician. And side eye, y'all, when I was like, this girl can't really sing. I was like, you can really sing. And my audience knows, and they know I'm gonna tell the truth. I was like, oh, because you meet people and they're like, oh, I'm a musician. I'm like this. You a musician for the church, or just like around your house, or people actually, you got paid to do this? Like, yes. But no, really, really good. I was telling Trip earlier, everybody knows I know Lana Del Rey. Oh my God, I love Lana. That's what you remind me of. I was like, with the pretty face, but then they open their mouth and you like, oh, you're really singing. Like here you are. I love it. I just was like, I love to be caught off guard. Where you're like, oh, it's like we always say to people, you have different layers. It's like the onion. You're just peeling back layers and layers. So, all right, let's get to the questions. Boom, 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 boom.
Thank
How, right? How do you enjoy social? Do you use it more for business, personal? Do you do a mix? or do you go on every day like I'm just gonna talk to people and whatever happens happens? How do you use social?
That's a good question. It's definitely a mix. I've been using it to tell my story of what I've been going through. Instead of waiting to get to the point of like, I'm no longer going through this, but it's something I can share. I'm just like, you know what, I'm still going through this, but this could probably help someone else because, you know, I wish I would have seen, um, you know, something of the, like the topics that I cover. So yeah, I think it's both. I think you made a great point when we were chatting about the nature of social media and like wanting it to be a business or something like professional when you are
Mm-hmm.
doing something. And I've just really approached it like building connections and just enjoying other people and being social. So I find there's more enjoyment in that. And so I just really try and focus on that because like life is already stressful enough. And if you're using this free like platform to stress yourself out even more, like what are you
Like
doing?
you just at that point you become a glutton for punishment. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
work all day and then I'm gonna log on to this phone and then stress myself out all night.
Yeah.
Like 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 that's a no. And speaking of your journey, my audience doesn't know. I know because I've looked into it. That's what I'm supposed to do. Tell us a little bit about, or however deep you want to go about what's going on and what happened with you.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go deep.
We're gonna go deep. Okay, I'm ready for it.
So I am a singer-songwriter, recording artist, and was performing and, you know, on stages, touring around. My band had just gotten a gig opening for Kiss. We were just doing a lot of stuff. We were gaining momentum. And I took a very commonly prescribed, it's actually one of the most commonly prescribed antibiotics. It's the class of antibiotics is called fluoroquinolones. And the one that I got is called Cipro. A lot of
Sip.
people.
Everybody, not to cut you off, everybody has a prescription for Cipro.
Okay, you said that.
Yeah,
Everybody. Okay.
everybody.
Right. So, you know, I just trusted a doctor. I didn't know about any warnings or, you know, anything of that nature. And I became what they call floxed. So FLOXCD, it's fluoroquinolone toxicity.
Hmm.
And it put me in a wheelchair. And so, you know, no more stage life, no more running around, no more hiking, walking, anything. It was the most like catastrophic thing I've ever experienced because you can imagine, you know, you feel like you're not only young, but, you know, just moving forward with your life and building your life. And then something just comes and like destroys everything,
Right.
you know? So it's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
be
go ahead,
just
sorry.
because when you I didn't know which one, but I had went, oh, what was wrong with me? I don't know what was wrong with me. You know, sometimes you feel kind of icky and off. And when you go, I went to a clinic instead of my regular doctor. And what did they prescribe me? An antibiotic. They'll get, I like you said, you trust them, you don't know. But they when you said Cipro, I had to laugh like I may have I don't know what's in my cabinet now, which is talking about old medication. They prescribe, they being in the medical community, will give you an antibiotic before they give you a pain medication. And I'm just like, well, is this? And the only reason my sister is allergic to penicillin. Well, I don't think they really use penicillin like they used to, but
Mm.
she used to have it like on her medical records and the warnings and all that other stuff. But if you don't know, you don't know. And it's just, you would think where we, come on, America, you would think where we live at, they would be like, this might cause that, or this may be associated, with that. But for people, with advanced degrees, just to be willy nilly passing around things. And then what did they say after it? Was it like an immediate thing, or was it like you noticed, like, I don't feel right?
So there's a couple things to that. I was never warned of the black box warnings that the FDA gives these antibiotics. I was never told before, during, or after that, you know, you shouldn't go on simple walks because your tendons can rupture without warning. I was not given any of these warnings. So fluoroquinolones are commonly prescribed for many, many minor issues when the FDA has come out and said multiple times that it should be used as a last line drug. And it's miscommonly diagnosed as it's commonly misdiagnosed as Lyme's disease, arthritis, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, like all these other serious issues. And a lot of medical professionals don't know, and I would lean towards most don't know the dangers and risks behind this pharmaceutical. So I actually got the antibiotic in the summer of 2019, and I noticed little symptoms afterwards, but I never knew something like this was even a thing. I mean, how often do you think about,
Right.
like, a pharmaceutical or yet an antibiotic that you took, at a certain point in time, and then you're having symptoms? Like, when did you ever connect with that? Like, how many people are actually out there suffering with issues and it's related to something like this, but they just don't know because you're not taught to think about this stuff, So it's probably the second or third time in my entire life I even took antibiotics. And I started having little symptoms like fatigue and some like insomnia and anxiety and stuff. And then nothing major. But then last summer, I was working on my feet a lot, and I was super sore at the end of the day, taking a leave, it's pretty like normal, right, in our society to take
Right. Taking a leave,
whatever. Yeah, so I took in a leave and I couldn't walk after that. I was like, I could not even get myself to the bathroom even a couple feet away because I was having such severe tendon pain and I had no idea what was going on. I still had no idea about fluoroquinolone toxicity at this point. So it took me from about July of last year till October of having these periods on and off of being completely debilitated, and then I would rest and the pain would seemingly go away or get a lot less, and so I could kind of get back to life again. And then in October, it just went completely downhill. I couldn't care for myself anymore. It was such a dramatic like turn of events, and I felt like I was dying. And I I am a very like faith-based person, and just really like lean on my guardian angels and spirit guides and everything in hard times. And I remember I was laying on the couch, and like at this point I was having full body tendon pain, fatigue. I was experiencing psychosis. I was I couldn't even pick up a water bottle or a cup of water and like drink water on my own. It was super dramatic. And anyway, I'm just basically like asking my spirit guides for help and saying like, I need resources and solutions, please help me. And sure enough, even though my hands at the time were like completely crippled from the tendon and nerve pain, I pick up my phone, and this is during a period of like not being able to use my phone at all because it was so messed up. Pick up my phone and I see this article like on Instagram or something, and it says I was floxed. And I was like, that sounds weird. Like, what is that? So I click on it and I start reading this girl's story, and it sounded exactly like what I was going through. So anyway, I went on a kind of a internet rampage, trying to figure out whatever I could, and started putting the pieces together. But yeah, it's not really talked about. I'm one of like 4 people, even just on TikTok, that is spreading information about this. So it's definitely intense to learn the black box warnings that are out there, so long after the fact, and being completely debilitated in your own body from it. But I just feel like at this point, my life would look completely different if I had seen a video like some of the ones that I share. So I can't help but share it now.
Wow. Like, I applaud you, first of all, for being super strong.
Thank you.
just because with the COVID whole thing and everybody, I got the shot now. I got it because I work with the public. But it was so much debate about get it, don't get it. I just pray like, well, I don't want to grow a tail. So here we are. But it was just so you I get it. We trust, we say trust but verify, but they're like, well, I guess it's okay because, like you said, you've taken it once or twice before, nothing happened. Our bodies are such strange and unknown places that they just you don't know how it's going to react, and you just don't know. And when you said TikTok, I've learned so much from TikTok. Like, oh, don't do this, or this helps with that. Like you said, when we don't have the information of what to do for somebody like yourself who this has happened to, is not, you no longer become a case study. You're like, no, this really happened. This is the truth. It's not like, oh, somebody heard from their cousin or in-law, or whatever, because it's not like a myth. It's something, that's happened. Did the doctor in question, can you go after them legally, or are they just like, no?
Nope. There's really nothing you can do legally. All of the cases that have become cases regarding fluoroquinolones have all been dismissed.
Wow.
So even the people who died from it, who needed open heart surgery, had a brain aneurysm from it, yep, all dismissed.
Nothing. It's like when you see those ads on TV, if you ever took such and such, and I always look like, when is the COVID shot gonna be on the news in 10 years? Like, did you take the Johnson & Johnson or the other one? It's like, I always, because when we did the COVID shots, Trip went with me. Thank you, Trip. Trip is always looking out for me. I was nervous about that first one, like, and I was tired or whatever. But when you don't know and we're trusting, you're like, well, I hope I don't die from this, because people were dying. You're like, do I take it and maybe die, or do I not take it and maybe you just roll the dice and go? But for you, it's just like, you didn't feel good. You're like, oh, I got this prescription. Here we are. There has to be some accountability, like, for them not to be like, uh-oh, or hey, can we cover your medical expenses, your, whatever, because I'm self-employed. Going to the doctor is expensive. The insurance is crazy. So I can only, imagine. Does your family help out, or how does your day-to-day go?
I'm getting more mobility back as the months go on, but it's been it's been a long road. In regards to treatments, there are no treatments in the medical community that actually treat this or cover it.
Okay.
The only kinds of treatments really are more holistic based, and insurance never covers anything like that. So yeah, it's a pretty severe hit in every area of your life. And after I started sharing my story, I've connected with thousands of people worldwide who are also struggling with this, or realized through my videos that they also have been floxed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really crazy how just the similarities that people have, and really that, as far as what medical professionals are, I guess I would say, not taught about this topic, really has a lot of patients and people experiencing gaslighting and severe, just completely writing off the entire thing. Like the amount of doctors and healthcare practitioners that have told me that I'm crazy, it's just anxiety, this doesn't exist, this could never happen, Cipro doesn't cause this, fluoroquinolones are safe, they're not prescribed for minor things. Like the host of gaslighting and just complete denial that not all, but a handful of medical professionals like that I've just experienced has been off the charts. So, you think that if someone is put in a wheelchair from a pharmaceutical,
Right.
like their life is already, like kind of turned upside down enough. The symptoms, it's literally a full body experience of central nervous system, like destruction, neurological symptoms, anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, tendon pain, muscle pain, nerve pain, fatigue, GI issues, kidney issues. Like it causes severe mitochondrial damage. So they're very extreme, and they should be used in extreme situations. And one doctor that did believe me told me that, if you are in the ICU and you are in sepsis, like fluoroquinolones may just save your life. But if you're not, I was not. And if you're not in that situation, like there are many other things that can be used. So I just think people need to be aware of it. People need to know that this does exist. And, I was going along my way and building my life, and everything came toppling over. And it's, years of my life and years of my youth that have just been a lot of times what feels like just completely crushed, by this. So I am like I like to say I'm a delusional optimist.
We said, honestly, when I have a real estate deal, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm like, where's my check? When is this thing closing?
So yeah, like making the most of whatever situation, no matter how terrible it is like always at the top of, my game. And I'm just doing the best I can with it. And so part of that is sharing it, and sharing it at a time when I am not fully out of the woods yet. Like normally I'd be in my studio where it looks all fancy and glamorous and stuff, but instead I'm on the couch because sitting for more than like 10 minutes at a time right now it's really hard for me because my tendons are healing. So, there's a lot of, I believe, good that can come from what feel like horrible, terrible
situations. Yeah,
it's an incredible learning experience. I mean, when was the last time in your life that you sat with yourself for like 9 or 10 months?
never, because we always go, and
Right.
then you go to work, come home, that's it. Go to work, come home, that's it. So sitting, you never. We're always.
So it's given me that, which has been amazing in a lot of ways. It's very challenging. It's mentally very exhausting sometimes because I just want to, it's like summer and my friends are out doing things and traveling and going to parties and having fun, and like I'm still here on the couch, So really it's been about the music that's coming from this time. And I thought my songs hit before like this whole
You
thing.
like, listen, baby, I got a story to tell you now. Like, get out the Kleenex, hold on.
Oh man, yeah, definitely feels that way. So, we're just, doing our best to focus on the good and to build ourselves out of this. But it definitely takes a lot, and I feel deeply for the people who like don't have, supportive people in their lives, because it's a really challenging testing experience. And the crazy part about it is there's not really like an end date to
recovery. It's like, do I got 6 months to get better? Is it a year? Is it it's just day by day?
It's day by day. I mean, I was very fortunate to find a doctor in LA who also was floxed years prior, and he helps now heal from fluoroquinolone toxicity. So I saw him in November, and that like turned my life around.
Good.
But it's still slow, it's really, it's a daily grind, if you will, or sit.
Listen, I can only sympathize, pray for you, like just the whole thing, just the braveness of it, of you being able just to be here and be, just telling your story and helping others, because what do they call it? unconscious consciousness. We don't even know what we don't know yet. It's like we don't know. You just go along and get along, and it's like I've had several family members in the hospital, and we don't know what they're really putting in them bags. You think it's pain medicine, but there is no, you know what I mean? There's no labels on stuff. And then when you buy over the counter medicine, you read the back of that thing, I don't know what this really. I leave. Here we go. Don't y'all sue me. The big farmers, we really don't know. You know, we got a headache or your back is hurting or whatever. You take it and you keep going, but we really don't know what's in there because everybody's. Even if we have a list of ingredients, it may affect me different than it may somebody else in the same house. You just don't know because everybody's makeup is so different. You could have twins that have this different DNA and different, body makeup and everything. You just never know. I'm just in awe of your spirit. It's like, okay, next, hand me that microphone because I'm ready to sing and perform and go.
Oh yeah.
Have you, since that? How can I say this? Your old songs, are you like, I want to sing the new stuff. Like I used to be, I don't know, let's say I used to be Mariah Carey. Now I'm Grace Slick. Like, hey, hand me that microphone. Has your music changed, and do you like the new voice?
Yes and yes. I think I would say that it has changed regardless of what I'm currently going through and what we've been through. Just because, as an artist, like you're constantly, at least for me, I always feel like the new season of stuff is what I like most,
It's like the new baby.
Yeah, I think that's also because it's fresh, but yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I mean, I love a lot of the old stuff too. Someone told me who was in the industry a couple years back that no matter what you do as an artist, you'll always be 2 years ahead of whatever it is that you're, putting out. And so it's kind of comforting in a way just to like know that and to just start from there of like, yeah. But it's cool too because the internet has changed so much since COVID that
what is listen, we got a question, then I'm gonna talk about what you just mentioned, internet change, and I have to pat myself on the back. This question says, I think it's very impressive you've made this experience into a mission to help others. Have you always been this pragmatic?
Yes.
He's like, yes.
That's a great question. Who said that?
That was Trip, Bradley Deadfish.
Oh.
He's a million different names. I don't know if he's a spy or what.
My nickname growing up was Smiley Kiley.
Hard to imagine.
I am very blessed to, kind of just, how can I say it in the most eloquent way?
Still be here.
Yeah, it's just like, even though, what I've gone through and what I've been dealing with has been like a total nightmare. I like no words could even put it into perspective of just like what this process has been like. But all that being said, there's so many beautiful things to still have gratitude for, like on the daily, so one of the most like impactful moments for me this was before I knew I was floxed, and I was laying on the couch. I couldn't move. My whole body was just full body, like searing pain. My limbs at the like joints felt like someone was taking a blowtorch and simultaneously sawing it off with like a knife 24 hours a day. It was it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. And I'm laying there on the couch and I had my eyes closed, and all I can think of is like, kill me, God.
Well, take me out of here.
yeah, like I can't do this anymore. And the neurological symptoms and central nervous system issues were also like an all-time high. Anyway, I'm laying there, and across from the couch to the left, we have a fireplace. And I remember I opened up my eyes and the fireplace was going, and I looked over like at the fireplace and I saw the flicker. And I just instantly started tearing up because I felt like this overwhelming sense of gratitude in my body for the ability to see. And I don't think it ever hit that deep before that situation. I've definitely always, I feel like, tried to focus as much as possible on all the really good things and the abundance, and feel gratitude for the trees outside, and like just the small things,
Yeah.
But this experience
It
took
just
me
hit
to a whole new
different.
level. I was unable to move. My partner had to pour water into my mouth because I couldn't do anything at that point. And when you're just flooded with overwhelming amounts of gratitude for the ability to see, because you can still open your eyes, like
Right.
that felt miraculous.
You like, a win is a win. You like, I'm gonna take this one and put that on the win column.
Yeah, and that's essentially what I aspire to lead with, and just try to lead with every day, with celebrate the little wins. And it's kind of become like this platform for.
Listen, one day I was doing something at home. Some days you wake up, you like, I don't feel like posting. I said, if you don't get your butt up, I was like, this is what you prayed for and dreamed about, being able to do social, to do the real estate, to do whatever. I was like, I had to laugh at myself. The joke I always tell is, I'm gonna call in. I'm like, you your own boss, so who you gonna call? So I was like, I'm just laying there, and I was like, you know what? Get up, start posting, get that phone out, just go, because this is what you wanted. This is what I wanted. This is what I worked, hoped for, dreamed for. Never thought it gonna look anything like this. So I was just, that little voices in my head like, go, because what else are you doing? So it's like,
Right.
people are like, oh, you work so hard. I'd be like, listen, I'm happy to be here. I really, I am. If you, people that know me be like, you work so hard, I'll be like, it's really not work to me anymore. Now, some days I still be like, good God, what time is it? But 95 to 99% of the time, I'm really happy with what I do. It's just, social is like my vacation. Like, some people gotta go, and I don't knock them. They have to go and go and go and go and go. If you tell me you could do anything you want to do right now, hand me that couch, the Disney Plus, and my phone to get on social, to have everything. That's the ADHD in me, to have everything going on at once. And piggyback on what you had mentioned, how COVID changed social. Trip and I would be at my house, because we're both super creative, and we would look at the celebrities and the big networks, and I would be sitting there like, this looks awful. It's like, y'all have the best studios and the best cameras, and they would have guests on. It was like, people look like ghosts. It just, that really fuzzy like background. I was like, what in the world? We were watching something. Oh God, I don't know well, it might have been Ellen or somebody was on, and because we usually film around 4 or 5 when we're doing content,
Right.
and I was like, how does our stuff look better than theirs? Like, you have a videographer on set, you have content people, whatever, and I was like, you know what? We're ahead of our time. If there was ever any doubt, I was like, oh, they haven't caught you yet. Keep going, keep producing, keep pushing boundaries. It's like when I sell or have a new client for social, I always tell them, have you looked at your own page yet? It doesn't have to be me who helps you, but you need somebody to help you, because your own stuff doesn't look too good. But the social landscape, for sure, roller coaster from that point on. Some people came out of the woodwork like, oh, I really know how to do this. Some platforms crashed. Look at what's the thing Trip called that we used to be on that now we're not? The listening app. God, not sound. Clubhouse.
Oh
Clubhouse.
yeah.
Oh,
I loved Clubhouse when it
I
first came.
loved Club.
I did
we
too.
should start Clubhouse back. I absolutely loved Clubhouse.
I definitely joined the room.
Yes. Okay. There's one. Clubhouse for me put everybody on equal footing. It was like, I don't care if you have 1 million followers or you have 10, you are both in this room. You're both going to be given a voice. Here we are. Because a lot of times I'll get flack for following Gary or whatever. And I'm like, I love him because he responds back to me. He knows who I am. It's not like I'm following Beyonce. Don't y'all come after me, Beehive. Or, somebody super famous and
Right.
they don't, they have no interaction with you. They have no, nothing. I don't follow a lot of famous people because I'm like, what is this doing for me? Or what? I need to be able to look at your page and see that you're a human, that you are a real person. I'm not saying you got to follow me back and respond to me. I got lucky. Here we are. But I just, for my end, social, like I tell my clients, you're not late, but you need to get going. Like the bell, for me, it's like social media is like school. The bell is ringing and some of y'all are still outside and the smart ones are going through the door. You have to, like with your message, you can't just sit around and tell people in the living room, oh, there's a way to tell the story and to get it out to make a difference with people. And I truly believe that's what you're doing. I use these platforms, use these podcasts, because if we don't help each other, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
It's just this. Okay, now I got a social question. I think I know what you're going to say. What's your favorite platform and why? Or platforms with an F. I'll put an F on the end of that. I won't make you pick one.
Well, what do you think I'm going to say, since you know what I'm going to say?
You are a musician. Your musicians are usually artsy-fartsy, like Trip over here. But he does not really like Instagram like that. So I was gonna see, look, he just made a face. You can't see him.
I love Instagram.
No, what's the one you hate? Twitter is the one you hate. So
I agree.
I connected with you. But see, I love Twitter. Jesus, I love Twitter.
Because you're not an artist.
This is art. That was a low blow. I'm creative. I can't. It's here. I know what it's supposed to look like. I just can't get my hands don't talk to my head. It's real visual up here. I just can't.
That's art.
Trip.
No
okay,
shade Trip, but I think everyone's an artist, and you just have to find like your form of it,
Oh, I was joking.
I'm gonna lock him in this room.
I'm joking with you, Damon.
We'll see.
But not about the Twitter thing.
No, he does not like Twitter. For you, Kylie, I'm gonna say you. I'm gonna say, well, out of the platforms now, I think, I don't know if Instagram is your one or two. I could tell you like it from your page. I could tell that you like it, but I think you like YouTube.
Ooh, I definitely like YouTube. Probably in no particular order. Probably YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Okay, YouTube, TikTok. I thought I would. Which here's my spiel, my 2 cents. I like TikTok to watch it. Even though I'm a creative, I don't like to do it.
No.
That's I'm a truth teller. My audience knows me. If it's a TikTok, I go in spurts. I'll call Trip and be like, I'm gonna shoot 5 TikToks today.
Yeah.
And then I don't do one for another month. Or I'll just use a video that wasn't really supposed to be for TikTok to put it there. So
right.
You said no particular order. Have you? I'm gonna go social media deep. Have you noticed the change on TikTok where the algorithm has you known where they like as a best friend of yours, or have you not noticed how your page has changed?
I'm not sure I understand.
Like you go to TikTok,
right.
and let's say you like guitars. have you noticed that it's really zeroing in on bands, guitar heavy, other bands you may like, whereas before you got like a sprinkle of musicians?
Yeah, it's definitely changed.
Yeah, and I was telling somebody earlier, we were talking about it. I was like, I want that algorithm. Whatever they are using, the other platforms, I don't know how they haven't caught on yet. But that TikTok algorithm, I have to set an alarm, I'll tell the truth. I have to set an alarm when I go on TikTok for like an hour and a half. Because one day I was at home,
Right.
I didn't even eat. I was 3 hours in, like the sun was up and I looked over and it was night. I was like, oh no, I was ashamed. I was ashamed of myself. Like, you've been on here for 3 hours.
The best of us.
I was like, my God. And see, they don't have, and now, maybe I'll just scroll past it. They used to give you the warning, like, hey, go outside, get some air, go have dinner. They used to come on like, take a break. I had for my feed, they just started it back. But that day I slept for 3 hours, they let me go. They just were like, keep those thumbs going.
I never got that message.
Oh, see, it went away for a while. This week,
how does that help them? Get off our platform. Stop giving us.
I think because they fake care. They're like, we care that you've been on the couch for 3 hours, Damon, watching this video about social media, but we really want you to get up and go eat or go. They give we care about your well-being.
Right.
But come back. But we want you to go do something else right now. Okay. Right. After I got a list of things to ask. Oh God, we're running out of time. That's when your show was good, when it goes quick and fast.
Yeah.
Who are some of your musical influences, and do you like the current state of music?
Ooh.
I know. Ooh,
that's a good question, but that's a really hard question. I feel like when anyone asks me that question, I just like completely draw a blank, even though, I have my favorites. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff out there in music right now, let's see. Loving the latest Avenged Sevenfold record that just came out. Have you heard it?
Look at me. I'm gonna ask Trip later. Like, who's that?
She's a rocker. She's opening for Kiss, so it's all starting to slide together.
You're like, listen.
Let's see.
He'll school me.
Avenged Sevenfold has been around for like 25 years, dude.
Look at my face.
We'll come back to that.
Look, no. Because listen, I'm a child of the '80s, so my music taste is so all over the place.
You were unfortunate. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know 80s babies love.
We are ferocious about the 80s. We were like, that was the only era that counted. What do you mean? Like
no shade.
We gave birth to MTV. Like what? Y'all came from us.
Let's see. I love Brandi Carlile. Huge fan of the Beatles, but that's like a prerequisite to
everything.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock. So like
80s.
My mom loved the 80s and she was all about that, but
well, that's some shade. You're trying to say I'm old.
I like Billy Idol.
Okay.
How about that?
I love it.
Wait, who'd you say? You just said an artist, right?
Oh, I said I love Billy Idol.
There you go, David.
See, we did. I have to go back.
I thought I heard that.
I have to go back. We did a we did an 80s this or that, and my love of Billy Idol, he did not pick
White Wedding.
If White Wedding was on that list, it would have just killed everything for me. When that video came out, I was like, this. I love this. Like, when I grew up, music didn't have a color. It was just whatever MTV was playing, that's what you like, because they just played it over and over and over again, so we didn't have a choice.
Right.
But yeah, good. Okay, so you're redeemed for that. You tell your mom, thank you for for getting you in front of that TV. You all is forgiven now.
Great, thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah, a lot of, I really enjoy a lot of genres. I'm very open-minded when it comes to music, even though I'm very picky.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would probably relate to that. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'm drawing a blank, which is so lame for this right now. But I assure you, there are a lot of really, really awesome artists.
No, it's okay. It's like you making on stage, open for Kiss, and they like, who's your biggest influence? You like, Kiss? I guess you like, it's like when people ask me, Damon, what's your favorite platform? I'm like, all of them. I
yeah,
don't.
you just draw a blank.
Yeah, you do. You draw a blank. You sitting like this.
Yeah, and what makes it worse too is that since the antibiotic poisoning, like brain fog is such a major
it's a thing.
Symptom of it, and I'm like, doing everything I can to like get my brain back on track. But it's like questions are, wait, I had a thought and I completely forgot it the second I had it.
I can relate. I can relate. I'm a notebook person.
Oh my God, me too.
Oh, if it's not, look at Trip shaking his head. He hates the notebooks. If it's, and I have multiple. I have a bag of notebooks. Now he's over there groaning. And Kiley, if I don't have my notebook, I've almost cried because I couldn't find something in the notebook. I was like this.
Dude, I relate.
I knew I couldn't remember it. I was like, I'm not going to ever remember this. I found it. Whew, I was able to. And now what's even worse, do you do this? I take pictures, screenshots on my phone because I know I'm going to forget it. Like, click, 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 click.
Yeah, but then you have like 50,000 screenshots in your phone. And like, how do you even organize that?
You don't. You just, it's whatever I was feeling that day. I'll get an idea for a video or a concept and be like, oh, I'm gonna use this in. It's come in handy a few times. But yeah, a notebook, I'll go out of town with a notebook. They're like, you on vacation? I'm like, notebook by the bed, notebook in my bag, notebooks in the living room, notebooks everywhere. Exactly. Oh God, I don't want to keep you. Okay.
Yeah. I got a stack. I got a stack of notebooks, like 20, 30 notebooks. And you can imagine when this whole antibiotic poisoning thing started and the brain fog was very prevalent, I was like, where is that note or that story or that poem or those lyrics that I'm thinking of? And what notebook are they?
And one of the 30, here you go. It creates such I knew I liked you. It creates such anxiety because does your brain do this? You will forget about it, but know it's one of them notebooks. Then you get relief, but then you get anxiety because you're looking like, which one of them is it in?
Yeah, exactly. Then you like frantically look through it. Half the time I still can't find it. But I switched to Notion. I didn't switch, I added it in. Do you use Notion?
No.
For anyone who's like productive, artist, anything, entrepreneur, you need Notion. It's incredible. It's changed my life.
What does it do?
It's like an organizational tool, but you can basically organize ideas and strategies and notes. You can share it with teams. It's amazing. So like if you have your, podcast episodes, for example, you can have one like a note file kind of.
Okay.
And then you can put anything you want in it. You can put it like, oh yes, this was already, this was scheduled but not published. It's amazing. So I'm not really doing it justice, but just look up on YouTube.
And you know what? You liar, pants on fire. You said you have brain fog. I can't tell.
You just, like fake it until you get there.
I bring out the best in you. Like, see, I was on with Damon, and he
exactly. You just have to find kindred spirits that just vibe, and then it's just cool.
That's it. Cause I go in spurts. I'll be a genius for 5 minutes, then be like this. How do you spell receive?
I think that's just the essence of being human.
Yeah, it comes in spurts. You'll be like, why did I walk in this room?
Then you just have to leave the room and walk back in. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to, do that. And then the idea is going to come back. And then
or this one. Where's my phone? Yeah. Has anybody seen my phone? It'll be, I'm full of it. Oh God, I don't want to keep you. Okay. This last question isn't deep. Well, not too deep. What would you like us to know about your journey, your person? Should we go to your Instagram and go top to bottom, or is it like one central place for you? Is it your link tree? What's a good way for my audience to stay in contact with you? Maybe if they have questions or they just want to see, hey, this may have happened to me, or I need to clean out my medicine cabinet and start from scratch, or, what's a good place for us to start with you?
Well, I can be found anywhere at Celebrate the Little Wins on social media platforms. We are working on a website currently, but it's not launched quite yet. When it is launched, it is going to be a mix of an artist collective that brings people together, such as yourself, musicians, artists, entrepreneurs, people alike, to one space where there'll be resources and interviews and music and all that good stuff. And there'll be also some resources regarding fluoroquinolone toxicity. And, if you feel like you've been affected by it, or, someone who's struggling with unexplainable health symptoms, but, has a history of taking certain drugs, those kinds of things. And yeah, I do my best to reply to every DM. So if there's anyone out there listening right now that has questions or is struggling in any way, please feel free to reach out. And you can find my music at The Lion and the River. We are we're continuing to drop more music throughout this process. And ultimately, my goal is to be performing on stages worldwide in stadiums.
Yes, come on.
And yeah, I'm doing everything that I can until I get there. So I would love to connect with anyone who's like-minded or doing something awesome with their lives. And I really just do my best to share that, our days are filled with little wins, and you just really have to look for them. And the more that you start stacking those little wins, no matter what you're going through, no matter how hard the situation is, when you start stacking them, that's when you really start to see progress.
On that note, look, she goes from deep to smiling, so you just don't know. On that note, thank you so much, Kiley. Thank you, D-Rock, for putting us together. Some days he gets it right. I give him shit, but some days he gives me shit too, boy. Some days he gets it right, and he got it right this time. He really, really got it right. Thank you so much.
I agree. This is going to be a good long friendship here.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna get sick of me like, what this boy want?
Nah.
I'm just start sending you the greatest hits of the 80s. Like, did you listen to this one? Damn. Now the 80s did put out some trash too. I'm not going, the home of the one-hit wonder, the 80s. You'll be like,
who's your favorite from the 80s?
Oh God. Hit the end button, Trip, right now. What type of loaded question is that? Let's see.
I know it's really difficult, but you'll get it.
Godly. Oh. Oh, Jesus. How long we got? Let's see. I gotta get one. I gotta get one or a couple.
Top 5.
George Michael.
Ooh, yeah.
Tears for Fears.
Okay.
The Eurythmics.
They were pretty great.
Prince.
Yeah.
What is that? 3?
That's 4.
That's 4. Jesus. Ooh. Oh, golly. Oh no, I'm gonna leave so many people out. One more. Okay.
You could say Kylie Minogue, even though we know she's not from the 80s.
Okay, we'll go with Kylie. Hey. See, this is the type of trouble I had. I'm gonna send you the 80s episode. I was sweating bullets. It was really like, because he didn't tell me we were doing an 80s episode. So I couldn't do any homework to try to get my ducks aligned. So yeah.
Right.
But
really
no,
had to go with what was brewing.
Caught me so off guard. Like, he was like, sit down, let's go. And I was like, wait a minute. So it's okay. But no, thank you so much. This was so awesome.
Thank you. I had such a time.
You are so welcome. When the link comes out for the episode, I'll make sure that you get it. Any clips I do, I'll think about sending to you. No, I'll give you everything. That way you'll have it. But no, this has been amazing. I'll make sure I send it to D-Rock too. We'll get him to share it out. That's what we'll do.
Great.
I'll be like, listen, this is what you wanted. Here you go. Great message. Great time. Happy to share that out. Here we go. And he'll do it. We'll make him do it. Like, you don't have a choice.
He's the man.
He's the man. He knows to do it. That's a damn shame. But no, thank you so much. It's awesome. Have a great rest of your week. Good luck in the studio. Keep dropping that music. If you need me to do anything, let me know. You know I'm on one of these platforms all the time. So
Thank you so much.
there we are. You have a good rest of your week. And my audience, make sure you go check Kiley out. The links are on my page. You guys have a great rest of your week. And as always, here's hoping that your open house will close soon. Bye, everybody. Now we just got